This lesson will be taken with the help of this PowerPoint presentation. You can just watch and try to understand what is being presented over here. This is the lesson which we are going to take now. Should wizard hit mummy? Should wizard? Wizard we know. Magician. Wizard. Mummy. Mother. Should wizard hit mummy? That is the name of the lesson. The contents in this PowerPoint which we are going to discuss, I told you that we will be completing this lesson based on this PowerPoint. You know, to go into the textbook you read by yourself. We have some information about the author, then a small introduction about the lesson, then characters, wizard, skunk, owls. Question raised by the lesson. What is the question which is raised by this particular lesson? What the author wants us to think about it? Simplified version of the story. Short answer type questions. Long answer type questions. And the main points. Moral issue raised by the lesson. Conclusion and the vocabulary. That is the lesson is all about.
John Updike. John Hoyer Updike was an American novelist, poet, short story writer, art critic and literary critic. Updike's most famous work is his Rabbit series. Rabbit Run, Rabbit Redux, Rabbit is Rich, Rabbit at Trust and Rabbit Remembered. Both Rabbit is Rich and Rabbit at Trust received the Pulitzer Prize. Updike, who had a history of smoking tobacco, died of lung cancer in 2009.
So this is about the author. Now the style of writing of this particular author, you can read it. Describing his subject as the American small town, the Protestant middle class, Updike was widely recognized for his careful craftsmanship, his unique prose style, and his prolific output, having published more than 20 novels and more than a dozen short story collections, as well as poetry, art criticism, literary criticism, children's books. He has written a lot. Hundreds of his stories, reviews, and poems appeared in the New Yorker starting in 1954. He also wrote regularly for the New York Review of Books. Updike populated his fiction with the characters who frequently experience personal turmoil and must respond to crises relating to religion, family obligations, and marital infidelity. His work has attracted a significant amount of critical attention and praise, and is widely considered to be one of the great American writers of his time, as well as a notable prose stylist. So it is about Updike. Now the introduction of the lesson. Little children love to hear stories from their parents at bedtime. So bedtime stories are told to the children when they go to sleep. You know, to put a child to sleep, father, mother, the elders of the family normally just tell them stories. Such stories are mostly fables and have no logic behind them. Because the story who is going to listen are children, and because of that, such stories just fables only, mostly fables, and they do not have any logic, means there is no reasoning. Children, they take it for granted because it is told by the father, mother, or elderly person, and children don't question the basis or the logic of those stories. Many a time parents make up stories out of their own head. That means made up stories. On the spot they make up the stories. Little children take them as literally true because it is narrated by the parents, and children take those stories as literally true. a brief description about the lesson. The lesson that we are going to study, it actually presents the world view of the child and the parent view of the child. Now this particular lesson in Should Wizard Hit Mummy, John Updike presents the world view of a little child. The child's name is Joe. Joe warmly responds to her father's storytelling session. When father is telling the story, Joe is just responding. But she can't excuse Roger Skunk's mother for making poor little Roger smell bad again. So what is the story here? She is not able to excuse Roger Skunk's mother. The hero of the story is Roger Skunk. Skunk's mother has made a mistake for making the Roger smell bad again. Her hero must smell like roses and must not stink at any cost. What is stink? Bad smell. A skunk is a family of animal which is having a foul smell. Now what happens? With the help of a wizard, the Roger skunk changed its smell and it started smelling like roses. The smell of the roses is an imaginative smell which is liked by the child. But when this Roger skunk returned to the mother, what happened? The mother told that you are smelling awfully bad, because the mother says that your smell is different from the smell of the Rogers family or skunk's family. So that is why the mother takes the skunk back to the wizard and changes his smell. And for that, Joe is feeling bad about it. She wants her father to tell a different story in which little changes are made. So in the story that is narrated to Joe by Jack is the name of the father, in which Roger Skunk's mother changes his smell into foul smell. Joe wanted that another story should be told the next day, in which the conclusion of the story will be that the mother will be punished for changing its good smell into bad smell. In that version, the wizard takes a magic wand and hits the Roger Skunk's mummy. In her version, she wanted that the story should be ended in such a way that the wizard should take the magic wand. Magic wand means വിസാറിൻ്റെ കയ്യിലുള്ള മാജിക് വടിയാണ്. ആ വടിയെടുത്ത് അമ്മയുടെ തലക്കിട്ട് അടിച്ചിട്ട് ആ റോജർ സ്കങ്കിൻ്റെ സ്മെല്ല് റോസാക്കി മാറ്റണം, റോസ് സ്മെല്ലാക്കി മാറ്റണം. ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് എ ഡിമാൻഡ് ഓഫ് ദ ജോ. First, let us come to the characters. Joe is a character, a young girl. Jack is a father. Father is telling the story to Joe. Other characters. Wizard. Wizard means magician. Next is Roger Skunk. 4 characters we have seen. Then wise owl, buddhiyulla owl. Then Joe's mother, 6 characters already. Now just please read this one and understand what you mean by a wizard. Wizard means a magician, a sorcerer, or a person known under one of many other possible terms in fiction. Someone who uses or practices magic that derives from supernatural or occult sources. Magicians are common figures in works of fantasy, such as fantasy literature, role-playing games. They draw on history of such people in mythology, legends, and folklore. Although occasional practitioners of sleight of hand appear in modern fantasy, they are usually simulating the magic that others perform, or sometimes concealing their actual magic. Fantasy magicians have powers arising from their study, possibly based on innate talents, rather than having their magic abilities occur entirely spontaneously or be granted by another source. Other fantasy characters can use magic or be magical, but they have generally not acquired their powers by study. Still, most fantasy wizards are depicted as having a special gift which sets them apart from the vast majority of characters in fantasy world who are unable to learn magic. This is about this character only. What is a wizard? Wizard, what we have to understand, is a magician who is able to work out charms. Magicians, sorcerers, wizards, and practitioners of magic by other title have appeared in myths, folk tales, and literature throughout recorded history, and fantasy draws on this background. They commonly appear in fantasy as mentors and villains, as they did in old works, and more recently as heroes themselves. Although they are often portrayed as wielding great powers, their role in shaping the fantasy world they inhabit varies. Much of fantasy literature writes of medieval worlds with the wizards in a fairly limited role as guardians or advisors. So what we have just read is actually not from the textbook. It's a collection only. What is a wizard? Wizard is a magician. They may work out black magic. Sometimes they will just work out magic acquired by great study, great intelligence. Sometimes they take part as villains, sometimes benefactors, helpers, advisors. So these are some of the magicians which we find, or the wizards that we find in different work. Skunk. This skunk, what is the skunk? You should understand these biological things are all for your knowledge only. It is not taken from the textbook. You can see the picture of a skunk here. The main hero of the story is skunk. Skunk is an animal. It falls in the mammals best known for their ability to secret a strong foul smelling odor. ഇത് അടുത്ത് വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഭയങ്കര സ്മെല്ലാണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പം this skunk എന്ന് പറയുന്ന animal is actually falling in the category of mammals, but it has got a foul smell. അടുത്ത് വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് അതിൻ്റെ മണം സഹിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. I think from the picture you are able to identify the skunk. General appearance ranges from species to species, from black and white to brown or cream colored. Skunks belong to the family of Mephitidae and to the order Carnivora. So this is about the skunk. The different varieties of species are there. It is given in the slide. I will just post this one and you can go through it, because this is not the part of the lesson. It is for our information only. Since a skunk is a character, I have collected this information. Now owl. Owl also we know all of us. What is an owl? Owl have large forward facing eye and ear holes, a hawk-like beak, a flat face, and usually a conspicuous circle of feathers around each eye called a facial disc. Although owls have binocular vision, their large eyes are fixed in their sockets as with other birds, and they must turn their entire head to change views. Owls are far-sighted and are unable to see anything clearly within a few inches of their eyes. Caught prey can be felt by owls with the use of the phylloplums, which are small hair-like feathers on the beak and feet that act as feelers. Their far vision, particularly in low light, is exceptionally good. Contrary to popular myth, owls cannot turn their heads completely backwards. They can turn their head 135 degrees in either direction. They can thus look behind their own shoulders with a total 270-degree field of view. Different species of owls make different sounds. We know that different sounds are produced. The wide range of calls aids owls in finding mates or announcing their presence to potential competitors, and also aids ornithologists and birds in locating their birds and recognizing species. The facial disc helps to funnel the sound of a prey to their ears. In many species, these are placed metrically for better directional location. Owl eggs are usually white and almost spherical and range in number from a few dozen depending on species. The eggs are laid in intervals of 1 to 3 days and do not hatch at the same time. This accounts for the wide variation of the size of sibling nestlings. Owls do not construct nests but rather look for a sheltered nesting site or an abandoned nest in trees, underground, burrows and buildings, barns and caves. Now we are coming to the lesson. We have already introduced the characters. Now what is the main question raised by this lesson? ഈ ലെസണിൽ ഏറ്റവും റേസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ട ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ എന്താണ്? എന്ത് ചോദ്യമാണ്? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ മോറൽ ബിഹൈൻഡ് ദിസ് സ്റ്റോറി? As children grow up, they become inquisitive. They begin to ask many questions. If you take a child for a walk, the child will ask you 101 questions. Why is that? Why is this? Why it is like that? And sometimes we feel very much awkward to answer those questions. Some questions cannot be answered also. But what happened? The inquisitiveness of the child should not be killed. As far as possible, we should give them answers. They want to know the reason behind the things, why these things are happening like that. Sometimes parents take the question of a child a friend. They try to discourage them. Sometimes children ask questions and parents don't give answer to those questions. They want to accept as a true whatever is said to them. So whatever the parents tell them, and children consider that it is true. So when a child is asking questions, we have to give them satisfying answers. Is this attitude desirable? Which attitude? The attitude of the parents to ignore the question raised by the children. Is it desirable? അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാൻ പാടുണ്ടോ? The lesson poses this very question. This lesson is actually just posing this question in front of us. Whether a doubt of a child, the question of a child is to be answered by the parents. Why the child is asking the question? Because of the inquisitive mind of the child. അറിയാനുള്ള ആഗ്രഹമാണ്. ചെറുപ്പത്തിൽ കുട്ടികൾ ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഈ തരത്തിലുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് അത് നമ്മൾ ആൻസർ ചെയ്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ വലുതാകുമ്പോൾ അവർ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കില്ല. ദേ വിൽ ഓൾസോ നോട്ട് ബി ഏബിൾ ടു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ തിങ്സ്. ദേ വിൽ നോട്ട് ലേൺ എനിത്തിങ്. ദേ വിൽ ബി സിംപ്ലി ലിസണേഴ്സ് ഓൺലി. സോ എ ചൈൽഡ്സ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഷുഡ് ബി ആൻസേർഡ്. നൗ ലെറ്റ് us understand what is the main substance of this story. Jack is the father of this Joe. A 2-year-old customer telling story means 2 years back father started telling the story to this child, and every day he used to tell the story to the child whenever the child is put to sleep. Jack used to tell stories to his daughter Joe in the evening and for Saturday naps. Why Saturday? Saturday is normally the payday, the half day, sometimes holiday also. So Saturday afternoon, child is just led to sleep. So in order to put the child to sleep, father Jack used to tell story. This custom began when she was 2. എന്നു മുതലാണ് ഈ സ്റ്റോറി പറയാനായിട്ട്? ഇത് പുസ്തകത്തിൽ നിന്നുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ തന്നെയാണ്. മെയിൻ പോയിന്റ്സ് മാത്രം ഇവിടെ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. യു ക്യാൻ റീഡ് ദ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക് ബൈ യുവർ സെൽഫ്. ദ ഫാദർ സ്റ്റാർട്ടഡ് ടെല്ലിംഗ് ദ സ്റ്റോറി ടു ദ ചൈൽഡ് വെൻ ദ ചൈൽഡ് വാസ് 2 years. Every story was a product of his own head. Now, what is the age of the child? 4 years. 2 വർഷമായിട്ട് അച്ഛൻ സ്റ്റോറി പറയാൻ തുടങ്ങി. 2 വർഷം സ്റ്റോറി പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ 2 + 2, 4 years is the age of the child. Every story that he told the child was actually the product of his own head. ഉണ്ടാക്കി പറയുന്ന സ്റ്റോറിയാണ്. Father used to make the story by himself every day, because otherwise 365 into 2. How many stories he has to make? But he used to narrate the story to the child every day, and also on Saturday afternoon for the nap. Nap means sleep. Each story has a slight variation of basic tale. So now the story that is told by Jack, in what way it is different? It is different because the main structure of the story is same, but every day he used to make a slight variation, ചെറിയ ചേഞ്ചുകൾ ആ സ്റ്റോറിയിൽ വരുത്താറുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. What is the basic tale of the story? Every day the story that father told to this child was having a basic concept, basic skeleton. What is that? Every story had a small creature, and the name of the hero of that story used to be Roger. James Bond's movie, if you watch, you will find that James Bond is the hero. Agatha Christie's novel, if you read, you will find that the detective in that story is the same person. Like that, every story that is narrated by Jack to his daughter Jo, he says that the main creature was Roger. Name remains same only. It could be a Roger fish, Roger squirrel, and Roger chipmunk. Children like stories on animals, and because of that, every day he used to tell stories on different animals. One day if he says story on fish, of course the name will be same only. Roger is the hero, Roger fish. Next day Roger squirrel, and the third day, fourth day, like that. The animal used to change, but the name does not change. In every story, Roger had a problem and he went to his wise owl. In every story, the Roger, whether it's a Roger fish or Roger squirrel or Roger monkey or Roger cow or whatever it is, the Roger is having a problem, and in order to solve that problem, in order to take advice, it used to go to a wise owl. നല്ല ബുദ്ധിയുള്ള ഒരു owlന്റെ അടുത്ത് പോകും. Owl we have seen. Owl sent Roger to wizard. So when it goes to the owl and narrate its problem, the owl will give advice. Counselor ആണ്, advice. And the owl will say that you go and meet wizard, wizard will be able to help you. So this used to be the basic tale in every story. Wizard perform a magic spell that solves the problem. When this Roger goes to the wizard will just work out, perform a magic spell, ഒരു magic നടത്തും, and that will solve the problem. Whatever may be the problem will be different. Problem may be different, but then he will work out a spell and the problem will be solved. Wizard demanded in payment a number of pennies. So when you have taken the service of the wizard, you have to make a payment to the wizard. Wizard is not giving free service. Owl has given free advice. The wizard is not giving free service. So it will be asking for money. It will ask for money. And what is the problem there? Greater than the number Roger creature had. It will ask for money greater than the Roger creature had. That means Roger, this creature, this animal by the name Roger, which goes there, it will be asked that you give me this much money, and Roger won't have that much of money. So it is in problem again. First it has gone for solving a problem. That problem was just solved, but another problem. What is another problem? It is not having sufficient money to pay to the wizard. The wizard directed Roger to a place where he got extra pennies, but wizard has not deserted this Roger. Roger നോട് പറയും, if you go to a particular place, എവിടെയാണ് പോകേണ്ട സ്ഥലം പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കും. You go there, and there you will get extra pennies. അവിടെ നിന്ന് പൈസ കിട്ടും, and then you come and settle your amount. Then he settles the wizard and becomes happy and goes back his home. So this is the skeleton of the story. So he goes there, collect extra pennies, come back to the wizard, make payment to the wizard. After that, this Roger will go home. Roger fish or Roger whatever animal it may be, it will go home and it will be very happy. So this used to be the storyline. ഇതാണ് സ്റ്റോറിയുടെ സ്കെൽട്ടൺ. എല്ലാ ദിവസവും പറയുന്ന സ്റ്റോറിയിൽ ഇത് തന്നെയാണ് സ്റ്റോറി ലൈൻ. പക്ഷെ എന്താണ് വ്യത്യാസം? Animal will change. One day about fish, another day about some other animal. Now the ending of the story and Jack's little problem. So then Roger was so happy that he played with many other creatures and went home to his mother just in time to hear the train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. So in this story, normally what happened, after this Roger, whatever may be the animal, it will be very happy, it will go back on the way, it will play with the other creatures, the other animals, and it will reach home to its mummy who has prepared the dinner when the time for the father who is working in Boston returns. അതായത് റോജർ തിരിച്ച് വീട്ടിലെത്തുന്ന സമയത്ത് ട്രെയിനിൻ്റെ ഒച്ച കേൾക്കാം. ആ ട്രെയിനിലാണ് അച്ഛൻ, ബോസ്റ്റണിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന അച്ഛൻ തിരിച്ചു വരിക. Jack describes their supper and the story was over. Then after that, Jack will describe their supper. സപ്പറിന് എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് എന്ന് പറയും. അങ്ങനെ സ്റ്റോറി അവസാനിക്കും. Work in this way was fatiguing on Saturday because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore. So this is the storyline of the father. You read the textbook, exactly this is the storyline of the father. But on this particular Saturday, there is little more time is there, and just working this way means making up a story like this. Jack felt very fatiguing. Fatiguing means very tired. What is the reason? Because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore. Joe has grown up. She's already 4 years. For the last 2 years, he was telling the story. So the effect of his story cast on the child is reducing, and the child is not falling into sleep. Earlier, when father was just telling the story, the child used to sleep. But now the child is not sleeping. Why the child is not